Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. I'm a little bit of a wounded warrior right now. Most of y'all that follow me know that I had an e-scooter accident. I caught the corner of a sidewalk. It was raining and dark and I couldn't see good, and caught this corner of a sidewalk and tried to correct it, and then ended up losing control of the e-scooter. Tried to catch myself with my leg, and my foot, my ankle, it flipped my foot up almost back to my leg and then rolled it around and ended up fracturing my ankle and spraining my foot really bad. So I'm kind of laid up, not by choice, and a little frustrated. I'm like, I don't understand why some things like that have to happen. And then I'm also like, Spirit, what are you trying to tell me? What are you doing to me, Spirit? I'm listening. I'm a little hard-headed sometimes, but I am listening. And honestly, I think that it's literally holding me here. If I had my choice right now, I would be in a much sunnier area. I would have gotten my car fixed already and would be on the road somewhere where it's pretty. Because rainy season is here and cold is here, and my body hates both. So something is still wanting to hold me here. And I've learned not to question when things happen, to just roll with it, because it's always for my greater good, even if I don't understand it at the time. And I think right now I'm being held here because I'm still supposed to meet somebody here. And I feel that's going to be a life-changing meeting when I do meet this person. So anyway, I'm going to do this reading. I did it for myself, but I felt like someone else needed to hear it as well. And I'm going to start it with what I wrote. I wrote this early this morning. I drew these cards last night, and I purposely didn't look at them. And then I got up this morning and I wrote the message that came through. And then I wanted to see if they come together. So there was definitely a spirit message here. All right, this is what I wrote. You feel you have been in a holding pattern alone, but it's been for your own protection. God, your ancestors, and your higher self have been protecting you. Your broken heart needed time to heal. You needed to step back so that you could observe others and see who is really for you and who is against you, and those in between who seem neutral but in truth weren't your friends. You now see clearly all that you did for others who, when you needed them, were nowhere to be found. You've learned that lesson, so close out the past. It's time to look forward. It's time to get clear on what you want. Spirit has you in one place for a reason. There is still something you need to release so that you can move to the next level. You are not alone, no matter how it feels. Breathe. And that's the message that came through. Now we're going to get into the reading. I always start with my animal spirit cards, and I got a couple of new decks that I pulled from too, and we'll get to those messages. It's all pretty spot on. First card is the sheep. You're encouraged to reconnect with your inner child in order to become more spontaneous and playful, and consider what life has to offer with a greater sense of wonder. Take some time this week to get in touch with the innocence and vulnerability in you. Well, I'm definitely feeling vulnerable right now with my ankle the way it is. I'm still able to move around and do a couple of things, but I can't stay on it very much or it starts throbbing. So I'm not used to having to ask others for help, and I've had to ask my son a couple of times to help me, and my roommate/landlord has offered to help as she can. She's a full-time school teacher, so that is what it is with her, but at least I know she's there in the evenings if I need her. And then my boss at the new spa I started at, her husband has already looked at my vehicle once, and it had a dead battery, so we had to get the battery charged up, and he had told me a couple of things to try, but now I can't get out there to do it. So I talked to her about it, and they're going to come back out and look at it again. So I've had to humble myself and ask for help, and I've had to be vulnerable. So that's not something I'm really good at anymore, is being vulnerable, because I've been hurt so much from people in the past. But I also know there's still good people out there. So that's one of the hardest things is not to become jaded and be, you know, not to turn narcissistic. That's where narcissism comes from too, is trauma. They decide to become all about themselves, and it's a self-protection thing, and then it goes to the extreme. So you gotta keep that knowing that there's good people out there still, and stay in the innocence of that. The next one is Deer, which is gentleness. This is a reminder to be more gentle with yourself and others. The grace, sensitivity, and gentleness of this spirit animal echo the qualities brought forth when living from the heart. So yeah, don't let this, whatever this past hurt you've been through, it may have been from one person, it may have been from several people. Don't let that make you so jaded that you guard your heart to the extreme that no one can get in, because then you're hurting yourself. You're keeping yourself from having experiences that are meant for you. And believe it or not, even that heartache and that hurt was meant for you to go through, because you learned lessons from it. It's teaching you your self-worth. It's teaching you how to use your own discernment and to trust yourself when you get that nagging feeling about somebody. Don't ignore it. Don't make excuses, accept it. Learn to recognize your own inner voice that's calling to you when you go through these things. If you look back on that heartache and look back on those trying times, you'll see that you were trying to warn yourself the whole time, but you kept making excuses for that person or for those people, and that's why you ended up getting hurt so bad. The next one is Cougar for leadership. You have come into your own power. Now is the time to take the lead of a situation and be strong, using the power of intentions. Be clear with your purpose and define where you're heading. And that's just it. I'm getting a picture of where I want to go and what I want to do, but I'm getting more clear on it, and I think that's another reason why I'm being held here, why I'm literally being stuck to think and meditate and dwell on things, is so that I will come in with a clearer picture and a strong state of mind when I make this change. Because I've wobbled back and forth. We all do that. We get comfortable in a certain situation, and then we doubt and second guess ourselves of whether we're supposed to move or not, or move on. But when the timing's right, it'll all come together. Just enjoy this time now that you are in this holding pattern, because once this breaks free and you're moving into your calling, you're going to have less time to stop and reflect. You're going to be full force going at it and doing this great thing that you're being called to do. So enjoy this time right now, even though it seems like you're almost being held against your will. You're really not. This is your higher self, and your higher self knows what's best for you. And right now you're exactly where you're supposed to be, even though you've doubted that, and you've it's all in how you look at things. Start seeing the beauty in where you're at, and remember why you felt led to put any roots down here at all. There was a reason for that. And then enjoy the time that you have left here, because you know that time is short, but there are people you're still supposed to meet and lives you're supposed to touch, or you wouldn't be here. And like me, I'm like, how am I going to do that when I'm literally off my feet and not going anywhere? But Monday I've got a doctor's appointment. I may meet somebody there that I'm supposed to touch. I've had that happen so many times, where my doctor's appointments turn into my testimony and just really impact that person. So you never know. It may just be a fleeting moment that you touch someone's life, but for them, it's literally life-changing and puts them on a whole new path, and that may be why you're still here. So don't doubt. Just breathe and go with the flow, and know that when the time is right, everything's going to fall into place, and that move will be so easy this time. There's no losing everything. There's no having to run to get away from things. You're in a very safe, protected environment, and if you go with that, if you allow it, then everything's going to transition smoothly. and you won't have that disruption in your life, because that disruption in your life, that was actually inside of you, and you've healed that part of yourself. You're at peace now. And that even seems weird, because you're not used to being at peace. You're used to being in turmoil. You're used to being around people that aren't healed, that keep your life topsy-turvy, but you haven't had to deal with that in a long time, and so you've almost gotten bored. And just know that it's peace, and learn to accept it and to revel in it and move forward in it, and know that the people that come into your life now are not going to be disruptive. They're actually going to be peaceful like you, and they're going to have done healing like you and worked on themselves like you. They may be a little bit ahead of you, or they may be a little bit behind you, but they're going to be closer to your level, because you're vibrating at a different level now. But that being said, just know that past is still going to try to creep up, because they feel that you've disconnected. They feel that you're moving forward, and they don't want that. Whether it's one person or many, they're going to try to come back into your reality. But you have the right to say no. In fact, it may be one of the tests to see if you are strong enough to say no. But know that if you're not, you're going to repeat the cycle. They haven't changed at all. They're still the same person that they were, or same people that they were. They're still toxic. They still do not have your best interest at heart. They want to use you as a resource. So you have a whole different path ahead of you now, since you've done the healing and you've done the inner work. You are going to be a leader. You are meant to touch people's lives. And if you keep moving forward and you don't allow these people or this person back in your life, that's the path that you're going to have open up for you. But if you let that door open even a crack, they're going to pull you down. So just know that. And this is a new set of cards that I got. And Spirit Messages, Oracle cards. I really felt this one. It resonated a lot, because I'm like, why did I have to do this to my ankle? Like, of all things, why couldn't I have just hurt it a little bit, that I'll heal in a few days and I can go about my business? But I feel like I'm getting caught up in other people's needs and wants. And like my new job, she lost an assistant manager, is losing a couple of people, and she was trying to put more work on me, and I've told her exactly what I can do and what I don't want to do, and I set those boundaries, and I could feel her need, and I was almost getting ready to cave in. Like, I was getting ready to let her add an extra day to me when I know I'm not able to do that. So now there's no choice. I have to have the time off from work, and it's making me reevaluate everything. And I was like making myself work after dark in the rain, knowing that I was riding this e-scooter and how dangerous it is, that other people can't see me. And then like I didn't see that sidewalk, and it just took me out, and I was making that exception because of her need, not because of what I needed. So now I told her, I'm like, I can't do it after dark with the rain and stuff. I just can't do it. So she adjusted my schedule to days. Well, I'm not even able to go back right now, and it may be that I don't get to go back. I don't know yet. I'm hoping that's not the case, because I'm enjoying the job. If I'm going to be here, for any length of time, it's definitely the job that I want to do. But I'm listening closer to my higher self and spirit, and setting stronger boundaries. But this card says, you are feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that are coming your way. Trust your instincts and do what they are telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction you want your life to take. And it's becoming clearer to me what I'm wanting to do. I was originally planning on being in Courtside in January, but I'm seeing all the people that are there, and I'm seeing that one of the ideas that I have, it's already being done, and it's literally putting me on a different trajectory. And I had this vision in my mind of a way I was supposed to go, and I was starting to change that because I had another person in my ear wanting me to go this direction towards Courtside and wanting me to get back to Arizona. But it's because they were wanting to capitalize on my abilities. And so I am going to stand firm and do it the way that I know I'm supposed to do it, and I will capitalize on my own abilities, So it's making me rethink everything since this accident. like I said, I was teeter-tottering which way to go, and now it's coming, the path is opening up clearer in my mind since this happened. Can't get a hold of it. There we go. And the next card, it says, if you are noticing changes within you, it's because you are leaving the old version of yourself behind. You are elevating and shedding unnecessary layers. Old cycles are ending and new beginnings are on the horizon. You deserve this new chapter. This is like the last little bump before the blessings. It's letting you gather your resources and your strength. Like I said, you're going to have the past come knocking again, trying to get back into your good graces, because they also feel what you're getting ready to receive, and you're getting ready to receive your abundance. You're getting ready, if you're ready, for your kingdom spouse. Your kingdom spouse is on the way too, and they know that as well, and they're feeling very threatened. There's a lot that goes on in the 5D world that it trickles down into the 3D, but we don't realize what all is going on behind the scenes. And in the spiritual realm, your past is really battling with your future, and the past is not going to win unless you allow it, unless you open that door back up. But you've got to stay strong. You haven't done all this inner work and made all these changes for no reason, just to let that person come back in and pull you back down to the level you were at. You can't do that. The next one says, if you pay close attention, you will notice all the doors that once closed are opening up, just in different form. Things may not appear exactly as you had envisioned. And I feel that too. There are things that I wanted when I was going through. So in 2012, I had this vision of building an eco-village, and I had a clear vision of the first one, where it was going to be and what it was going to look like. And over time, going through all these different things, that vision has expanded and grown and changed. And I'm more open now to the other areas and places that it's going to be, and the people that are going to be involved. And there were a couple of things that I came across in that journey that I thought I wanted at the time, that now I know it's not the place, it's the idea behind the place. And I am to take that idea and expand and grow on it, because the people that had that place failed, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. They actually were using people and hurting people and claiming to be something that they weren't. So we're going to take that idea in the future and we're going to run with it, and it's going to be amazing. But all those doors that seemed like they closed, they were just stepping stones. They weren't doors closing at all. Next, we're going to the Rider-Waite. Let that card go. Well, that's wild. I had 3 cards here. Maybe I'll put it in the book. I did. It's like, I know I had that card because it's come out in a couple other readings. Well, the first one is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, it's got a couple of different meanings. I've got this meaning that the book, but the Knight of Wands, for me, is my past. It's someone who wants to be an emperor, who claimed to be an emperor, but who really was not, who wasn't ready for a relationship at all, who've been through so much trauma in their own lives that they were not ready, and they saw the goodness that I brought and all the resources that I had, and decided to jump into a relationship to get the benefit of those resources, and then proceeded to be hot and cold and push and pull, and really played games with my mind and my heart, and literally broke my heart at one point, but it was because I allowed it. I put so much effort and energy into something that wasn't real, and was trying to make that person something that they were not, and all they were doing was literally mirroring me to get with me, and then playing games while they used my resources. And when I walked away, then that person became the victim, and then now their heart's broken, and I'm the bad guy. But that's their narrative. That's not what really happened. So When the Knight of Wands show up, I know that it's my past. And what the card meaning is in the upright is someone good coming into your life, which I believe that too. I've got a couple of good, really good people that have come into my life since I left that relationship. And that there'll be an unselfish friend in any case, someone whose advice you can trust and whose help you can take if you are in doubt, a journey, a change of residence, or a situation. So that journey is coming, that change of residence is coming, and it's going to be beyond your wildest dreams when it starts. It's not going to be exactly like you envisioned it either. You're going to catch moments of your vision, and you'll know that you're on the right path, but it's going to expand and grow like it has been for the last few years. If this card had been in reverse, it would have been arguments, discord, personal relationships, breakup of a friendship, separation, or flight. That's why I get the negative connotation of my past from this card. Plus, a Knight is a little step above a page. They're the Knight of Wands. A wand is a male symbol. So that's another reason why it comes to mind with my past, and it's possibly someone from your past as well. But just know that it's turning to a positive for you because it is in the upright, and it will mean a journey soon. I know right now that's like, how? Because I'm like, how? I literally have no vehicle, and my foot is really messed up right now. How? But wait and see if it doesn't happen. Spirit always has a way. The next card, this one's come out before as well. It came out, I think, the last time upright. No, this isn't the one. This is a different one. Sorry, guys. The next card is the one that came out in the last reading. Let me get to this one. This one is the Five of Swords. And in reverse, it means a confession, a declaration, perhaps a proposal of love, in any case, a surprise. I feel like that's the past coming back again. And what's really funny is I use the same cards to mark my place in the book where I can find it easier. And the card I use, and I didn't even realize it, is the Tower. And look at that. It's chaos, corruption, craziness. Just be prepared if this person comes back in your life. They may even be coming with a ring or some kind of gift, and they're going to be all apologies. They're going to try to twist it and turn it around where you were the one that ended things, so it was your fault, and all they want is to love you and give you everything and blah, blah, blah. But that's not what they want. What they want is to use you as a resource. They have literally lost everything. If you see all this, people are walking away from them, and there's swords laying on the ground, and they're holding these swords, but they're going to lose them. They're going to lose everything, and that's when they're going to come back to you after they've literally exhausted everything. They've went and looked for you and other people. They've done all kinds of things that you have no idea about, that you don't want to know about. So don't let that person come back, or people. It's a very toxic group that they're involved with. That may be why I keep saying people instead of just one person. They're still involved with that. And they may be trying to break away from it, but that group is not going to let them go easy, because they owe that group in some way. It may be financially, it may be emotional, whatever it is, they're still tied to that group, and that group is not just going to let them walk away. So if you let them back into your world, you're going to get sucked back into all of that drama, and it's going to be very detrimental for you. Like, it could really you could end up in the middle of their karma and suffering their karma. So you don't want that. Just say no. No matter how hard it is, no matter how they play on your emotions, no matter how you still feel about them, when they knock on your door and you open that door, you're going to be surprised no matter what. Even though I'm telling you this might happen, you're still going to feel surprised that it is actually happening. But don't let that catch you so far off guard that they can walk through that door. Literally keep them at the door and literally look at them and feel all those feelings. Don't just get overwhelmed with that initial reaction. Remember what they put you through. Remember all the times that you tried to get through to them, that they ignored you, that they ghosted you, that they played games with you. You've got to remember, make yourself remember all of that. And I guarantee you, you will have no problem slamming that door in their face. Because there were so many times they kept you out in the cold and they didn't care. They actually wanted you to suffer because they wanted you to need them. Because if you need them, then they can go do whatever they want, and you're just going to put up with it. That's the relationship that they're used to. That's the relationship that they want with you, and they didn't have that, and they don't understand. That's why they can't let go of you, because you're different than all the rest. They may have walked away from people in the past because they were the ones in control, but you did not give them that control in the end, and that's just eating them alive. So now they actually want to punish you, and they're going to come across loving and sweet and get you hooked again so that they can play their games, and they think they can break your heart that way. Don't let that happen. And then this is the card that's come out in the other readings, and I do believe it was in the upright the last time, but it's in reverse now, which it's still this person. The competition is neither fair nor honest. Expect trickery, disputes, and even legal problems and litigation. All that's going to follow them. They may think that they're running from it. They may think that they're escaping, but they're not. They had every chance to do the right thing while they were with you. You kept opening up the path for them. You kept opening up doors for them, and they would sabotage it. And you couldn't understand what was going on at the time because you had all these good things coming together, and you kept like wrapping it up with a bow and handing it to this person, and it kept just falling apart. But it was because they were literally sabotaging it behind your back. They were even going to these people that were working with you and wanting to build things and like putting you down, and there were so many things that you didn't know that went on behind the scenes. So you've got to seriously not allow this person or these people back in your life. I know I keep saying that, but it's coming through so clearly. Red flags, warning, 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 danger, danger, danger. If you let them come back, you're going to end up going through their karma, and their karma is not good. Like, they have done so many things wrong, claiming to do the right thing, claiming to help people, claiming to be this person that they weren't. All along, they have been this bad person, and the things that they did do for other people, they did it because they got the accolades for it, not because they genuinely wanted to help people. It's because it made them feel good about themselves when they don't feel good about themselves at all inside. They know what they are. They know what they've done, and they're starting to have to recognize that because you didn't allow it, because you did stand up to them, because you did speak your truth to them. They're having to really take that to heart now, and it's literally making them question who they are as a person. They may even identify now that they are narcissistic. And there might be hope for them down the road, but not with you. And if you take them back, you're going to literally stop their growth, because they're going to think, oh, see, I am okay. She took me back, or he took me back, and now I can just repeat this cycle all over again. And, you know, it's okay, but it's not okay. So you've got to seal your heart off to this person. No matter how they try, no matter how they come at you, no matter how sweet they are, romantic they are, sorry they are, none of that is real. It's all an act. It will bring you heartache. So going to the angel deck, and it says, release yourself from that which holds you back. You need to detox. Unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. Yeah, you've been worrying about this path that you know you're supposed to take. You know the road you're supposed to go on. You've just been arguing with yourself and delaying yourself. And now it feels like you're being delayed, but what's really happening is Spirit is trying to get you to get right with yourself. Spirit is trying to get you to get clearer in your intention and what you want to do, and then all of that is going to come together, and you've got to release this past situation. You've struggled with it long enough. For some of you, like me, it's been years, but that person has no concept of time, and they have held on to you in this connection. They've stalked you, they've spied on you, they've, maybe called your family members, talked to, your friends, whatever, but they've kept tabs on you this whole time, and that's why you energetically have had a hard time releasing all of this, is because they've stayed energetically tied to you. So do a cord cleansing ceremony, cord cutting ceremony. There's meditations you can listen to. I listen to John Moyer every night, and there's one that he has that's cutting the toxic cord. Whatever it takes for you to break free of that, you've got to do it. You've got to release yourself and let it go. And when you do, everything's going to change for you. Like, I still am wrestling with some of the things that I went through. And I have questioned myself whether I made the right decision, but my life speaks for itself. Since I've gotten away from that, I have so upgraded in my life. And yes, I still have trials and things, but it's overcoming those trials, and it's made me a stronger person. Like when my car broke down, I didn't just give up. I learned public transportation, and it's been hard doing the public transportation because I have fibromyalgia and I have spinal issues. I've got a collapsing spine, and I've got discs in my neck trying to fuse together. I have bursitis in my hips. I've got, pain issues that riding public transportation irritates, but I've done it anyway, and I've overcome, and I've kept going. And so I passed that test, and now I'm going to get rewarded for that, and I know that. I know that very soon I'm going to have that camper van that I'm already seeing in my vision, and I'm manifesting. So I know the door that's going to open for that to come through too, so I've just got to be patient and allow it to happen. You got a decision to make. And you've done all this work. You're not going to go back. You're going to go forward. And when you do, it's going to open up a path for you to meet your kingdom spouse, if that's what you want. It may be not a person, it may be a place. You're going to reach that destination. You're going to build that vision that you saw. It's time for a celebration, abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. You know what? Oh, I need to go back. Sorry, guys. I didn't read you what the book says. I just read you what the card says. This is what the book says. You're being called to break free of anything that is holding you back. Archangel Jophiel can help you release any feelings of helplessness or fear that are creating a sense of entrapment. The good news is that the limitations that you perceive as hindering your progress are self-created and therefore can be uncreated. You can free yourself with the help of God and the angels. Negative thinking can keep you from moving in the direction of your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Jophiel to keep your thoughts flowing in a positive direction. Allow your spiritual wings to carry you away to the life of your dreams. Additional meanings of this card: a focus on material possessions, overspending, a need to detox, a lack of self-confidence, unnecessary worry. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I could be an emotional spender. I don't really have the budget to do that right now because I'm out of work and I'm trying to get my car fixed and all that. But just be mindful of what you're spending your money on. Make sure that it's things that you absolutely need, and make sure you're putting money aside for when things do come up. And just watch that you're not overspending on the wrong things. That's a clear message from this card as well. Archangel Jophiel is known as the Angel of Beauty. She can help you see the positive in any situation. She is also known to visit people via the scent of roses. So if you smell this fragrance, know that she is assisting you in that moment. Ask Archangel Jophiel for guidance whenever you need to be able to see the way clear to freedom and joy. So I want to make sure you got the full message of that card. Now let's go to this one. For Gabriel. I love this card because you got the couple here and they've got this glow around them, and then there's an angel watching over them, so they're blessing this union, not reunion. If that person had really done the work and had really just stopped what they were doing and came to you a couple of years ago and asked for your forgiveness and then asked to do the work with you, then that would be a different story. Then there could possibly be a reunion, but that's not what happened. They kept thinking that you were going to come to them, that they were waiting for that. They are so used to being chased and played these games before in the past of withholding emotion and withholding things to get that person to chase them, and it just backfired with you. So again, like I said, they're going to try to come back in, but it's because they know you're really, really done with them and you're moving forward, and they know this is coming for you and they don't want that. So they're jealous, but it's not because they love you. They view you as a possession. They feel like they own you, and it's not because they love you and want to give you the love that you deserve and need. So I'm going to read you what the card says. Or what the book says, rather. It's time for a celebration. You've worked hard and are entitled to some rest and relaxation. Your project has come to a successful completion, and now you can feel a sense of great pride and happiness. Release yourself from situations that feel burdensome. Expand your social life. You deserve to have a little fun. Important events such as an engagement, marriage, or moving in together as a couple are likely. It's a time of stability and peacefulness. Additional meanings of this card: a very special day, freedom from responsibilities, the joy of life, a promotion, or a new job. So yeah, I feel like that's why I'm down right now. It's literally making me rest. I'm not very good at resting. I'm good at keeping my mind busy and keeping myself occupied with things, but when it comes to actually just taking downtime, I have this little voice in the back of my head that makes me feel guilty because of the way I was raised, mostly. So I'm learning to unplug from that and to have my downtime, my rest and relaxation time, and it's okay. It's okay to sit and read a book. It's okay to sit and do meditation. It's okay to take time to do yoga and just totally focus on yourself and self-care. It's okay to go get a massage. It's okay to go get a facial. You know, you got to learn to love yourself and give yourself the things that you wanted that other person to give you. And then once you get to that vibration, you'll draw this person that will treat you like you should be treated. And the promotion or new job, I feel like whatever this path is that you're taking, there's going to be a job involved in that. I already know with me what my vision is, and it's become clearer, but I can't share that right now because I don't want anyone taking my ideas and running with it. But I've got something that is going to help a lot of people, and it's not even getting to the Eco Village yet. That's going to be the end game. This is going to be along the way. And anyway, just know that that vision is something. It is something that will actually help change the world, and you've got to run with it. You've got to be brave enough and bold enough and excited about life enough to actually do it. And you can. You've got the knowledge now. You've got the skill set now to bring it all together. And it may not even be things that you yourself do. It may be you bringing other people together to do these things. Don't be afraid of that. There's joy. You just got to reach for it. Be willing. And next, I got my Power of Love cards. Creativity. This goes right along with that new life path you've got going on here. You got to think back to before you met that person or those people, the vision that you had then and the innocence that you had then, the love of life and the sense of wonder. And they kind of took that from you for a while because you didn't expect to get hurt like you did and go through the things you did. But you got to learn. It was just a lesson. It just made you stronger. It made you more resilient. It made you more determined. So find your creativity again. The most natural characteristics of a soul is creation. As a spiritual being, you're continually being inspired by the higher self, source energy, and the spirit world to express yourself in the physical dimension. You're constantly in a mode of creation, even if you're not aware of it. Thoughts are creation, and thoughts are real. And even though not every single one manifests itself physically, it nevertheless creates your reality. That is why it is so important to keep your thoughts high-minded. Judgment of yourself and others lowers your vibration of love. Your thoughts don't belong only to you. Their energy is part of the collective consciousness. Your creative spark may ignite and inspire the soul or mind of another. When you are blocking your creativity, you are not fully expressing your soul. This blockage may manifest in a number of ways, such as physical pain, anger, depression, anxiety, and isolation. There may also be feelings of living an unfulfilled life. Always remember that you are of God and God is creativity. As a loving, visionary person, you can see the potential for that which has yet to exist in physical reality. You are able to turn imagination into form. The more you attune yourself to the loving energy of your heart, the more receptive you are to inspired ideas that bring Earth closer to heaven. That spoke to me a lot too. I remember when I first started this journey and how excited I was to meet different people on this journey, on this, on similar paths, and that were like little puzzle pieces, and then ended up connecting with the wrong. At the time, it wasn't wrong. I have to say that, even though it ended badly, even though it hurt me, it still wasn't wrong because it made me grow and it made me realize the vision that I had needed fine tuning. And it also gave me the skill set for what I'm going to do that was going to lead up to that full vision. So all of this is a part of our design, and we agreed to it before we came here. And we can change things. We do have the ability and capability to break soul contracts and to rewrite what we want. And to do that, you have to think about it. You have to really focus on it. And the next card is discernment. You are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. Illusion. I can't talk. Sorry. They've got me on muscle relaxers, and that's got me kind of cloudy-headed. I don't like it, but anyway. One of the hardest lessons to grasp while living in this physical dimension is the art of discernment. Life is a series of choices, and you always want to make the right one for your soul's evolution. Discernment is not judgment. Discernment is living your life with a recognition of what is in alignment with your unique path. When you are centered in your being and aware of your own power, you are able to see the love and truth in everything and everyone. Intuition is the language of your soul, so it is imperative that you understand how your soul speaks to you. And the best ways for you to do so is to listen. When you utilize discernment in your daily life, choices become easier, and manifesting the best possible outcome doesn't seem like a matter of chance. The wonderful Shakespeare adage, "To thine own self be true," encapsulates discernment perfectly. Remember, what seems important to you may not be to someone else. So when you use discernment, understand that it is for your own benefit and growth. And what is beneficial to you or your path, on your path to self-acceptance, ripples outward to those around you. When you know yourself, love yourself, and honor who you are, you become aligned with your divine self. When this happens, you attract only good into your life. Part of the reason that person may come back into your life is because deep down you want them to, because you want that closure. You already have the closure, but you feel like maybe it'll give this person closure because you still struggle with how other people feel and you don't want anybody out there in pain over you. So it would give you a chance to offer forgiveness and release. Just don't get caught up in it if it doesn't give you what you want out of it. If that person's not willing to accept that you're letting them go, not willing to accept that you forgive and forget and all that stuff, you've got to be willing to do it anyway. And recognize that in yourself, so that if this person does come back, that you've literally called it in and that it's for a reason, but not so that you and this person can be back together again. And then the next one, I've got 3 from my next new deck, and it is a Soul Truth deck, self-awareness deck. This first one says, sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are on the right path. Know this, you are on the right path. Keep going, keep believing, keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. Today, search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. Then the next one. You are worthy, you are deserving, you are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life that you have dreamt of. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. Today's soul action. For a big goal or dream you have, ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? Today's mantra, I am worthy of it all. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting what you've been sent here to do, what you sent yourself here to do. And this is the last card of the reading. What is the quality of your self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen. Today's soul's action. Today, master your mind. Watch an inspiring video, do some tapping, read an empowering book, or write out all the reasons why you believe in yourself and your dreams. Start journaling. You know, what I'm doing where I start writing the message, I'm writing it in a journaling book so that I can go back later. I'm thinking about even maybe creating some cards off of that. Not sure yet where that's going to go, but anyway, I've got it in a notebook where I could go back and reread it as well. You'd be surprised if you journal and go back a year later, how much you've grown and how you see things differently. Sorry, I had to sneeze. That was rude. But I'm really feeling you need to self-care and self-love and rest and recuperate from what you've been through. And it's okay to do that. There is no right or wrong way to recuperate and recover. So do what feels good to you. Find what feels delicious to you. Your life should be delicious. Your life should be beautiful. And if you're not happy, then do something to change that. Don't be afraid to do something to change it. I mean, anyway, that's the message for today. I hope everyone has a blessed day. If this message resonates with you, take what you need, leave the rest. If you know someone that needs it, share it. And if you could leave a comment on how it touched you, it would be greatly appreciated. Hope everyone has a blessed day. Namaste.